Afternoon folks, this is M.E.s Orchids, and from the flag across the road you can see we're experiencing quite autumnal weather here, even though it's July. It's 17 degrees Celsius, which equates to probably 62 Fahrenheit, and this is unfortunately our typical British summers. We can have as high as 30 for 2 days or 3 days. That's a heat wave for us. And then we go back to normal weather, and it's back on with the jumpers and jeans to keep warm. Because in fact this morning I even intimated to my husband I could do with the central heating on. I said the orchids will get chilled. I won't tell you what his response is, but never mind. So they're all back inside, and there's the one of the large cattleyas, and I'll just pan up a little bit up here, and you can see the frags there, and the fowl behind it, and that one. Let's see if it'll go in. I'm back on the camera today, and you know, you zoom in. And it's so frustrating. You don't get this with your tablet, so I don't know the answer is. Let's go back out again. Anyhow, whatever it is, it's growing. So I suppose I should be thankful. And there we go again. Frags. And you'll see the frags are now in clay pots. I've set this little one here, and the reason they're in clay pots, I've had them outside, we've had some really wet weather, and I thought, well, I'll just check these, and the roots were round the top, especially this big one, and I couldn't understand why it wasn't putting its roots down in the medium, and I thought, well, I'm just going to investigate, so I lifted it out, and no wonder it's the roots at the top wouldn't go down because it was absolutely sodden, and so I thought, well, this is ridiculous. I'm going to have to do something about that, otherwise I'm going to lose them to rot. So these three are back in clay pots, and anyway, we'll see how we go on. This is a little fowl. That's a rebloom for me. It's a nice little thing in the orchid room. Don't know if you can see that one. It's only one from the supermarket, but it's very nice. Ooh, let's go back here. This is the big white fowl. This is the secondary spike, and she's beautiful. Don't know whether we'll have any more flowers on that one. Let's have a look. Oh, we could have. Look at that. She never gets moved really. She gets watered maybe once every 2 weeks when I just check her roots. And we have another one up. That's it has actually flowered for me in the past, this one. Cameridian. Anyway, she's doing alright. These are the fowls I got. They're alright. That's the aspasia, and still got the roots. I've moved the other pot for it to climb into. I need something, I'll have to find another pot for that. This little fowl here, this was one of those that, can't remember whether I paid a fiver or paid £3 for this one. Anyway, it's got a new leaf. It's just trying to attempt to put some roots out. It's got a stub there. We'll just have to keep our fingers crossed. I don't really have much trouble with the fowls. They seem to be quite happy if you leave them alone. That's the little mat of my dendrobium little cakeys. So still going strong. This is one Biffinera, and that seems to be alright. I've not had that outside. This is a milliform, the Dendrobium milliform, and this wasn't doing very well, and I decided to mount it, and blow me down, it likes it. So at the moment it's getting watered quite frequently, and it seems to be quite happy. So this is the Olcoglossum subdiflorum, and that seems to be okay. That's quite a lengthy one. These are my little species ones. That's my little Gongora. This is the species Phal Hieroglyphica, and she seems better now she's in this little basket. Oh look, little roots. So she seems quite happy now. Sometimes it takes you a while to understand what you're doing wrong. I mean, you know you're doing something, but actually fathering out what you're actually doing wrong, you know, it's you look at other people's videos and their plants seem to be better than yours, and they're planted in a different medium, and you wonder whether or not you should change over to what they're doing. And but what I've realised in England, where I live, you've just got to understand your climate. That's another little one over there. That's this is a little species one. Let me just take her out. Oh, she's upside down. Don't that just... There we go. No, whether or not. Let's go back out a bit. There we go. She's a Cattleya M.E.s Orchid Glade, and she's an HCC AOS. So she's got new roots there, look at that. So I've decided to just to mount her, and she's got a little bit of water in there, and put her up here. She just sits like that, and then I can always put some water in that little vase. This is the Phalaenopsis pretty shy, and that's got a new leaf. Again, you see, I couldn't understand, and I kept thinking there's something wrong, and now I know what is wrong. She's only a little tiny species one, and she likes it moist, but she doesn't like to be wet. And so I found the answer, get her in the tiniest pot I could imagine, and just pop her on that. And she's taken off, she loves it. There's my Dendrobium Williamsii. These front leaves don't look brilliant, but I think the back one's fine. That one over there, that's had more bleach treatment. This one. Don't know if I can, let me pick her out. She had the bleach treatment yesterday. Where is she? Come here, let me put her down here. She's falling out of the pot again now. But I've put her in some hydrogen balls, and in this little net. She's absolutely, I don't think she'll survive, but I won't give up on her yet. So this is about a third bleach treatment. This is from Madeira, and little thing, these, I don't know whether they're mealybugs or scales, but they get right in, and I'm not telling you a lie, even though she's had this third bleach treatment, they're still living. So anyway, she can stay down there for a minute now. It's exhausting sometimes, because you rack your brains thinking, how the hell am I going to deal with this? This is my Dendrobium Ladder Jessie. I've repotted her. She should be better than this. I've had her mounted, she didn't like that. So I thought, well, there goes. And now she's in this little clay pot. And that's what sometimes you have to do. You just have to, if one thing doesn't work, you just have to do another. There's little Lelia there. Got a new shoot. And these are all the cats. Flop on that one. They've got some extra lighting behind them. I think that one might be over potted, but never mind, it'll be okay. The rest are doing, they seem to be doing alright. Let's go down here on this bottom shelf. That's the one where the other piece has got fusarium. So I thought I'll just put it down on this bottom shelf. This one's just a cakey, Dendrobium cakey. That one there, don't know if it'll allow me to go in, is the little cakey that came with the Dendrobium polyanthum I had. And she's got little roots on. That's not put there. So she doesn't seem to mind that. That's the bigger cakeys of the ones that I've shown you that I've mounted. So they're doing fine. This is a Miltonia. Doing nothing. I struggle with Miltonias. Mind you, two have come from Madeira, so I'm not too sure about them. This is the Bulbophyllum. Let me just find the label. Lobbii, July 16. That seems to be doing fine. That's my big fowls. That's the other Miltonia. And a struggle down here with the Zygopedilum. I think when I first started to get orchids, in the excitement, I used to get orchids from eBay, and there's my big one. That, as you know, I've filmed this many a time. This is the big one I paid 99p for, and it's taken me 2 years so far. But she's coming on. So I'm digressing. So I go on eBay and you start to bid, and you get carried away with the excitement, and you get all these orchids, and then after a while, it's like this Dockerella here. And after a while, they don't seem to do anything, and you think, well, what's going on here? And of course, what you don't realise is, you know, those people who are selling them, they just want to get rid of them. I mean, they could be old, you've no idea how old they are. And I'm not saying, you know, there's not some genuine ones there, but there are also some that just want to get as much for a plant as they can, and they're not bothered. Now this is my Dendrobium polyanthum, the new one, from Curling Orchidine, and she's not happy yet, and the little growth's okay, so I shall just have to be patient and just hope that she picks up. This is the Comic King. And what I did with this yesterday, after watching Roger's video about his dendrobiums, is I downsized the pots, and did it with this one as well. So I think they'll be a lot better now. That one at the back is a species Coelogeny. I've had that a couple of years. It's growing, but I don't know how long I shall have to wait. This is my big Miltassia. It sends out an enormous leaf. That's the Thysithorum, Dendrobium Thysithorum. So she's doing fine. That's, I have to just watch where I'm walking. Bear with me a minute. That's the Phylogeny Berthinensis. She's doing fine. There's a temperature in here. 81. Humidity 20. It's because I'm sweating cups. I've probably increased the temperature by 10 degrees. Anyhow, there's the one that Roger likes. What's it called? Oh, Pastoral Innocence. Yep. So, she's got all these. She's been outside, but you know, they'll only tolerate so much cold. And the nights have been going down to 10 degrees, which is, I think, something like 50 Fahrenheit. There we go, there. That's the, what do they call it? Hold on, I've got two on, let me have a look. And then, oh, Epidendrum radicans. So she's fine. This is the, the new one I had, and split it into two. Let's have a look here. Dendrobium King Zip Red Splash. Plenty of water. That's what you have to give them. She's got a new shoot there, new shoot there. So she's doing fine. She's accepted the new environment. And this one here, got a new shoot there. Oh, and a new shoot there. So I'm happy with those. Just takes them a while. There's the other epidendrum. And there's the falls on the back. Doing absolutely fine. It's the Dira japonica. There's the Angraecum. That doesn't mind being outside, but I'm frightened of the cold. That's the other big foam. That's the Phalaenopsis. Finlay in its little basket. Let's go down now. And there's my species, fowl. Not a fowl at all. It's a Pathiopedilum. There we go. And it's Dianthum. That's the other one. She's not happy yet. That's the other part that's got fusarium of that Cattleya. Just tucked down there. You see that one there and here? That's Midracula. Look at that. Just keeled over. And then matter 24 hours. Don't know what I'm going to do now. Never mind. There we go. This is the, let me have a look for you. Oh, Phylogeny fimbriata. Mine don't look as good as Roger's, but they've not died yet. There we go. There's another Phylogeny. Let's have a look what this one's called. Pucensis. That seems to be okay. There's the Phalaenopsis tetraspis. That's the other Pathiopedilum. And that's doing fine. These are just little tiny ones. that one there, I've just put in some hydrogen balls, and it's the Seagull's Gem, Millerai, Latuto, and that one there is the Laelia autumnalis, so I'm just trying that one there. Anyway, coffee, just like Roger. Oh, these here, these are all Pastoral Innocence. Oh no, that one there is Warneri, Cattleya Warneri. So I've just mounted them to see whether or not they'll do anything. So we'll just have to wait and see. Let me take you over there. Did I miss that one? I'm not sure whether I did. That's the one that I've just mounted on some lava rock. And there we go. And just a little bit of sphagnum moss. I think I've done them all now, folks. Let's just pan round. Yeah, I think I've done them all now. Oh, there's just this one. And this one seems to be doing very fine. Got new shoots. Oops. And this is the there we are. It's a Cattleya. There we go. Anyway, folks, I just thought I'd pan round the orchid room because like I say, the weather's not good here at the moment. We've got the golfers at the Birkdale Links, which is in Southport in Lancashire, which is the next county up from where I live, and we've got a lot of Floridians there who are wrapped up as though it's winter. Well, I suppose really in some ways the weather feels like winter to them. You probably don't even have winters as cold as we have the summers. So, and like the orchids, they have to get used to your own environment, and then they'll tell you if they're happy. So this is all for now, folks. From me to you, enjoy your orchids, and thanks. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.